Yeah, sorry the videos today might not be as interesting and they seem to be a little rushed. That's because they are. We are short-handed today, but I'm trying my best to get everything done. We did get a fresh line of rollbacks organized. And here is the square body that has been very popularly asked about. 87 V3500, basically a K30, but the V series because of the 87. Fuel injected, big block, 454. It is photographed and it is on the website. So the pictures might be better in this video because the sun is baking in here. Headliner's in pretty good shape. It does have the drop down old school trucker visor. So these are a little lower. If you're a tall guy, you might have to take that out and move these back up. These go in the holes where that went. Pretty cool though. Original dash with just a couple little flaws. And I'm sorry again, the camera's acting a little wacky. Did not even get a chance to switch that over to LED last time, but it does work and it works proper. The color you're seeing is kind of a blue with black or a dark charcoal, but the seat has been redone. Carpet is original. Windows work, locks work, and this truck was pulled apart when we had it a year ago. So here's the backstory on this truck. This truck was purchased a year ago from a local customer for about the same price, if I remember correctly, as what we have it up for now. And it looked exactly the same other than the lift kit, wheels, and tires. He drove for a little while stock, and then, as we knew, would want to modify it. So he dropped it off with Brian and Daniel, and they did the 4-inch lift kit, 35-inch tires. Metrically, it's a 315. He wanted the old school mud terrains. He wanted this truck to be just like somebody would have done it in the late 80s, early 90s. I'm opening the door up because I don't want to forget to show you guys a few things. We did the wheel spacer in the back so that if you look down the side of the truck, it lines up like it's supposed to, because we all know Chevrolets are narrower in the back than the front. So it's got a good stance. I think it's a 2-inch wheel spacer, probably 1.5 or 2. So for you guys watching for fitment, I know a lot of you guys do, that's a 4-inch kit, 35s, 10-inch wide by 16 Mickey Thompson wheel. Still has the original tire underneath the back. Step bumper, lights across the tailgate. Does have one dent here, and I think my guy will be able to address this. I'm gonna have him check it out tomorrow. He's coming by and he has been super behind. He's got one little spot to check on that OBS, but that video just loaded. If you haven't seen that one yet, awesome looking OBS. Dana 60, full floating 14 bolt. We left the rear springs the exact way they were from the factory. So if you do want to tow, you can, because it does have fifth wheel and gooseneck rails. Plenty of room for a toolbox, plenty of room for whatever you want to put in the back. Rear cargo light works. Does have an old school antenna up on the top. The truck has been repainted, both the white and the gray. And there's a few little spots. I'm gonna see if I can see them here. A chip here, a little, almost a bubbly spot right there. I don't know if that's a bubble in the clear or what that might be. It is not a showroom paint job, but it is not bad. While I'm here, they did go ahead and trim the front so there'd be no rubbing. It does have the Greasable spring bushings. It does have the replacement shackles. Of course, new U-bolts, proper steering components, ball joints were checked while I was apart, and new shocks. The truck is original exhaust, original everything under the hood, and you can hear a little bit of exhaust tick. We left it alone. It's gotten no worse at all, and you can't even find the physical leak, so it should be fine for inspection depending on your state. It really could use a set of headers. This truck, if you're going to carry it to the next level, if anything was to be done, you add a set of headers and a fresh exhaust system. Spend $1,500, $2,000. Headers, exhaust system, run true duals, whatever you like, and it would really open this truck up a lot. The trim was replaced. Looks like the trim around the fenders is either in really good shape or has been replaced. The tailgate trim's in good shape. And you can see, and of course rust is a big deal for anybody, of course. You can see a little bit of surface rusting through this area right here. And you can see the paint kind of got a little splotched on the bottom. Little sloppy, could be cleaned up. Not as good as we'd like to see it, but when the door is closed, fully acceptable. You're the only person that opens the door. Now we'll show you. Right? I get on my guys and I still didn't shut the door right. The underside of the truck's very solid. This mount right here is super important because that is incorporated where the power step goes. We've had a lot of people ask about adding power steps to these trucks recently. Of course, after the show and everybody saw it, no problem to add it. Undercarriage of the truck is good. The frame has been coated at some time, but you can see the floors are pretty much raw and original. Rockers are solid because that is where the step is mounted. And that step held my weight, so it should hold yours, hopefully. It does have worn lockout. No, it doesn't. It still has original hubs. I thought it had worn hubs. So, original lockout hubs. Both tanks work. And again, some surface rust, but no real rot. Everything's still gray, like it's supposed to be. Pretty solid. Now again, if you want to go further, you could definitely 100% add some disc brakes, bigger lift, headers, exhaust, but I don't think there's really anything that the truck needs. It is a fuel injected 454, which they didn't make a ton of power. We all know that. You could snap it out, put a 632 under there if you want. I'll go ahead and pop the hood open. Factory radio, air conditioning that works, tanks that work, door panels that are in decent shape, all the gauges work. AJ just drove this truck back probably 15 miles or so with the AC kicking it at 100 degrees yesterday. Factory inner fender wells, jack, even still has the factory air breather. .4. Looks like they were using synthetic motor oil. A couple stickers. But you can see it still has the smog tubes. It still has all the original manifolds. Not very restrictive, but not hitters either. And again, you can't, the noise doesn't jump out at you as terrible, but it's there. So also has the cold weather package. I think this was a Washington State truck originally. So it's actually got the little cold weather plug, block heater. That's kind of neat. And same way on this side, if you can see it, still got all the smog stuff. Felt under the hood. We've changed the oil. It will have a fresh inspection. I think we got to replace a couple light bulbs. And again, we'll get it through that process tomorrow. Like I said, even the factory spare with the nub still on it. Hitch on the back. Not a show truck. I got to get David to adjust that door a little bit. We can make that thing close a little bit better. And cab lights. Kind of cool GMC. Kind of cool because 1 ton. Kind of cool because 87. Just kind of cool in general because it's a square body. But not a bad specimen, and definitely served its purpose well. This man definitely enjoyed it. And for you that are looking for something a little different, that OBS is about half the price and still super cool. So not a 1 ton, not a big block, but it could be. Got to get back in the office. As you can see, people are here and in. I got to take care of them. So thanks a bunch, guys, and we will be back shortly and or tomorrow.